let's go for a ride. Oh yeah, let's fix that. What is up, guys? I'm Seven, welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'm having a great day. I just got my bike up and running again. Just ignore that, just ignore that. I just did a handlebar replacement. So there was a pair of 9.5-inch handlebars on this bike, which looked sick. It looked really cool, you know, if you're into those ape-hanger T-bar kind of style with your arms way up here. Not so much my style. Also, the bike was just so uncomfortable to ride. So what I ended up doing was I put on these new bar risers. They're Bunch King bar risers, 8.5-inch bar risers, and these are the original stock bars for the Lowrider S. And I am out of gas. That was beautifully perfect. I'm not going to put a lot in just because I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to need to take the tank off again. So we're just going to play it safe, put a little bit in. I gotta find somewhere better to put this. It's one of the things I miss about it's one of the things I miss about my Yamaha. Dude, that sucks. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna need to take the tank off again, so I didn't even bother filling it up all the way. Let me tell you though, this new bar placement, absolutely sublime. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. I love this placement. I love the original bars that came with the bike. The bars themselves, I believe, also have a 2-inch pullback. So I don't have to like stretch up, sit on the base of my tank or anything. We're all set to go. Obviously, I did not do the best job wiring. For those of you who don't know, you're not in the Shade Tree Surgeon chat. When I initially put these on and then I did all the wiring, for some reason, I did not have any throttle response. I'm not sure I like the little things down here. I might change that. When I put everything back together, I had absolutely no throttle response whatsoever. I basically had to leave that afternoon to go on a trip up north to Maine, to Massachusetts and Maine. It does exist, guys. It really does exist. So I basically put everything back together. I went to turn on my bike. I just wanted to hear it before I left for my trip. Also ignore the missing little screw there. I went to go hear it before my trip, and all of a sudden, nothing. When I got back from my trip this morning, after a 6-hour drive, I came over, I started reseating the wires. I took the seat off, took the tank off, looked at some of the wires, kind of like reseated some of the pins, and boom, I put the tank back on thinking, okay, what's gonna happen? Yeah, lo and behold, throttle worked. I just had to reseat 2 white, they're very similar, 2 white wire pins. Everything's fine now. Everything worked out. So now I can take the bike on the trip. I was very nervous about it. I was extremely nervous that I wouldn't be able to take this bike on the Forgotten Angels trip. Needless to say, I am ecstatic. I'm gonna get some oil for this baby, top off on the oil, and then take her out for that 2,000-mile road trip to the Forgotten Angels campout. Super hyped about it, really excited to meet people. Thank you to everyone in the Shade Tree Army who was helping me out and giving me advice on what to do. Eddie Evil Penguin, the best. I really appreciate you guys.
10 seconds later.
Whew. So we did it. Bike is up and running. I put everything back together, everything screwed in. Look, I even put my bolt back. Be proud of me. Unfortunately, I'm not able to keep my initial plan for traveling down to the Forgotten Angels campout. Instead, I am traveling Friday. There's a big storm coming in, I believe later tonight actually, and tomorrow, and it's going to be hitting the East Coast pretty hard with like a mix of rain, snow. It was going to be 30 degrees the entire day. I just didn't feel like doing 4 hours worth of driving, setting up camp in the rain and snow when I get down to my campsite. It would have been 4 hours, but still having to set up after 4 hours of riding in the rain is not ideal, especially in 30-degree weather. So I said, nah, hell no. Jesus, take the handlebars. Instead, I contacted some friends that live in North Carolina, basically skipping one of my stops. I'll be getting there just as night is falling. It's probably going to get pretty chilly towards the end of my ride. Trying to make good time, but who knows what could happen. Oh, don't kill me. Trying to make good time with this trip. Who knows if I'm actually going to be able to get there ahead of schedule. This is my first time ever taking a long distance road trip with this bike. The longest I've ever been on this bike was about an hour and 40 minutes in the snow. I love these roads so much. Y'all shit on New Jersey, it like this. I mean, everything's dead, but you get my point. Everything is dead and everyone is dead inside. All this is gonna be flourishing green. It's gonna be great. Oh, it's so beautiful in the summer. You also get the enjoyment of seeing everything really fucking dead during the winter. Oh. Yeah, I just want to see what's down here. I've never been this way. It's kind of cool. Ooh, road sucks. Okay, now I know, and I will not take this road again. Oh man, this trip is gonna teach me so much. Specifically, why I should get a better fairing. It does not feel like I've been on the road for over an hour. Absolutely not. Wow. This thing is way more comfortable than my bike so far. It might just be because I'm having fun, but that hour flew by. Alright guys, I'm gonna kind of pause it here because I promised my family I wouldn't die today. So, you know, I gotta pay attention. There's a lot of traffic out right now. I'm gonna be driving through 2 instances of rush hour. It's both now and then when I get closer to Winston-Salem. I was just about to say that sun feels really good, and then that truck started to eclipse it. Oh, it feels so good. Anyway, yeah, I gotta pay attention to everything, so I'll see you guys in a bit. On those mountains is the Blue Ridge Parkway. I want to go there so bad. I couldn't justify the added time though. I'm already running late. I left a few hours later than I should have. I was supposed to leave at either 6:30 or 7, but I left at 10. Basically what happened was, it was 30 degrees out and there was no chance in hell that I was riding in that 30-degree weather. I couldn't do it. And I didn't really want to pack the heated gear, only because the one that I have, it doesn't stay warm for a very, very long time. It definitely wouldn't have stayed warm for the whole 8-hour trip. I already had to pack for like a week. It wasn't really a good idea to just pack even more things that I just wasn't really going to use that much. So anyway, welcome to whatever fucking state we're in. I think we're in West Virginia. I don't know, either West Virginia or Virginia. We are on our way to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm going to be staying with some friends there as I make my way down to the Forgotten Angels campout. And I'm sorry if I sound a little weird. I've been on the road for about like 5-6 hours already. I hit a heck ton of traffic. There's a really bad accident on 81. I decided about taking the highway. I probably could have taken the Blue Ridge Parkway, enjoyed the Blue Ridge Parkway, and not had to deal with any of the traffic, and still made it there at the same relative time. I was going to stop at Fox Creek Leathers, but I don't think there's any shot in the dark I'm getting there today. It's already closed, actually. It closed 40 minutes ago. And the temperature started to dip. I still have 3 hours left to go. Ooh. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with the rest of these miles. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hopefully with some food porn. I'll see you guys. Well, that's not good. Fueling up a little bit before I head out. Just left Zach and Kaylee's place. Heading out now. Gonna be heading to Savannah today. Gotta figure out where exactly I'm going.
moments later.
Okay, so just finished heading out to this Harley Davidson, Speedway Harley Davidson. It's in Concord, North Carolina. I was looking for a pair of gloves. I was hoping I'd get touchscreen gloves, but these are not, unfortunately. I wanted to keep my fingies warm. They were getting a little chilly. Restrapped everything, and I'm just gonna get some gas really quick and continue on. Gonna set up camp. It's gonna be about a 4-hour trip to get there. No big deal. It's not like we haven't done worse. That 8-hour trip that was on Friday, it was supposed to be 8 hours. Couldn't even go to Fox Creek Leather to pick up a new jacket, which is okay. I guess that's just the fates telling me that I don't need one yet. It would have been nice to get a new jacket, but you know what? I don't technically need one. I don't know what it is today. I feel so off balance. Something just feels a little off today. Top off on gas over here. Dang, these gloves are nice. And they're nice and warm.
The next day. Few moments later.
Just got out of the KOA. It is a super windy day. I don't even know if you guys can hear me over all this wind. I took my time today getting ready. I don't really have to be anywhere today. Actually, I didn't even have accommodations today until my bae contacted his family and they were like, hey, yeah, you coming out with us? I was going to extend my stay at the campsite for one more night because it was just so nice. Absolutely fantastic campsite. Everything was clean. Everything was well maintained. The staff, oh my gosh, so nice.
It's a good thing we stopped when we did because I was on empty. It happens. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about doing a camping trip and are interested in doing KOA and stuff, highly recommend. It's not like roughing it camping. Some people are like, oh, 0% ethanol.
Ooh, what does this button do? Please, please, do not push the button. You have no idea what it...
Alright, so I guess let's try this.
Yeah, I was talking to this guy. He said he was coming from Daytona. If I wasn't in a little bit of a time crunch, I would have stayed and talked to him more. Dude seemed pretty cool. But he was trailering his bikes down. Kind of surprised that I rode from Jersey, especially since the cold weather that we had just this past weekend. Compared to the 39 to 40 degrees that I was experiencing, this 70-degree weather, whew, feels so good. It just feels so good to not be in pain and riding the motorcycle. People ask, why do I ride in winter? You can't appreciate the good times unless you go through the bad. So yeah, I'm gonna ride during winter. Yeah, I'm gonna put myself through that kind of hardship. I'm gonna test myself, my abilities, my willpower, just so I can appreciate days like this a million times more. People might think that that's crazy, like why bother putting yourself through all that, but man, you just don't get it. As long as you're not stupid about it, as long as you're not making yourself go hypothermic just to prove a point. Like, don't be stupid, but there's nothing wrong with testing yourself. I think it's kind of important to do that. Test your limits. If you don't ever test your limits, you don't know what your limits are. Anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling and get back to crushing some miles here. I was not initially intending to stop somewhere and do a food review. However, when I stopped at this place, guys, when I tell you I was so pleasantly surprised by how good the food was, I'm not joking. This food from this restaurant was so hecking good. It's called Taco Queen. Oh God, I'm so like stuffed. Having a hard time. Taco Queen is probably some of the best Tex-Mex I've had in a very long time. I shouldn't be surprised. It's Florida. In theory, the Mexican food down here should be better. I was just blown away, man, and it's so freaking clean in there. It's so freaky. All the locals apparently are going here. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so I got 2 hours
48 minutes till I hit my destination. I'm gonna just be jamming out, listening to some music, trying to charge my phone. I'm wearing 2 different gloves right now because this one doesn't have touchscreen capability, but my other first year glove flew off somewhere on the highway on Route 81. Alright, so 2 hours, 48 minutes. I am so full of food, man. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna get the itis. That what equates to the appetizer version of Mexican street corn. That's what they call it up by me. This one, it's kind of different having it from a place that does not have Jersey sweet corn. Jersey sweet corn in this dish makes all the difference. So it wasn't as flavorful as I'm used to, but generally speaking, it was still really freaking good. Light. They give you a lot, first off, but it was very light. The mayonnaise that they used was very creamy. If none of you have had Kewpie or Kewpie, if you use Kewpie mayonnaise or Kewpie mayonnaise in substitute for just regular mayonnaise, you'll be pleasantly surprised. I know there's a creepy baby on the packaging, but man, that creepy baby knows where it's at. Please, if you haven't already, please, please, please use Kewpie mayo. Kewpie, sponsor me. Sponsor this random motorcycle chick. So I'm used to having a bit more flavor. This wasn't like knock my socks off kind of flavor, but it was still very, very good. The next thing that I had was a taco with their carnatas taco. This taco is probably some of the best barbecue I've had in the South so far. I haven't really had a lot of barbecue so far, but Jesus Christ, this taco was so good. This knocked my socks off with flavor. And the avocado slice there just helped mellow everything out perfectly. The meat was juicy. Get it again on the highway. But yeah, the meat was so juicy, so flavorful. You could taste that this was properly barbecued meat that they took off the bone. No substitute. Not something they pulled out of a freaking can. They made that with love. Oh, it was so good. And all of the extras on there, onions, the lettuce, the tomato, all of that worked together and harmonized perfectly on this one taco. I wasn't even mad at the price. That taco was worth every single cent, every single penny. It was so good. 10 out of 10 would order that again. The last thing that I had was their con quesadilla. This quesadilla, mozzarella cheese and barbecued meat. This was beautiful, and the rice they gave you with it was so airy, so soft, and still so flavorful. I walked into this building. Wasn't gonna initially do a review of it. I just wanted something to eat, and then I started looking at people's dishes as I was walking by to sit at my table, and I was like, shit, I gotta do this. I gotta over order too, which sucks because I had to eat it all. There's no space for food on this bike. So chock full of my shit for like a week and a half's worth of camping. All my bags are just full of jackets and stuff to help keep me warm for when I go back up north. But back to the food. The steak in the quesadilla was salty, but there was flavor. Barbecue flavor, but traditional Mexican. It was like Mexican barbecue flavor. Had this baby, this love child, and it was this dish. And some people are gonna look at it and say, oh my god, those aren't corn tortillas. It's a Tex-Mex joint. They keep that restaurant so nice and clean and so welcoming that you could definitely tell that that is the product of much love and devotion. I think I'm gonna stop there every time I come down this way. I can't not, it's just too good. I will detour an hour just to go here. That's how good it was. This place is called Taco Queen. I'll put the address down in the description and up on the screen here. Looking back on this footage, I really wanted to articulate exactly what I was feeling when I was rolling up to my very first FA campout, and there's a lot going through my mind at this time. Mostly I was overthinking. I was wondering if I was going to make a good impression and people were going to like me. I was thinking about the fact that, oh dang, if things go wrong, I'm about 19 hours away from home, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do if it turned out that I wasn't going to have a good time. I was running through all these scenarios. I was feeling scared, nervous, anxious, all of these things as I was driving up into the Forgotten Angels property. And you can see here I'm kind of like looking around that in a few seconds I'm going to be turning off my music because I was so worried about if I accidentally drove where I wasn't supposed to, or there was just so much BS that I was really concerned about. And as you can see here, You could kind of see it past that little raindrop, but I saw that there were some people in a golf cart and it looked like they were busy, so I was thinking about going up and saying hi, but I didn't want to disrupt whatever they were doing. So I went over and I just wanted to do a quick little lap here, figure out where I was going to camp. Saw that there were some tents being set up over here and thought, oh, this is a good spot. I didn't realize it at the time, but I just committed a Forgotten Angel sin and not said hi to David or anyone. And they had beelined for me with the golf cart.
Hey guys.
There he is. I didn't realize that I just left Dave hanging, so sorry. And I just want to say, as soon as David hopped off the golf cart and said hi, all of the fear I had about being at the campout, all of the nervousness and all of the anxiousness just kind of floated away, because he had dropped everything he was doing. Mind you, they were in the middle of working. He dropped literally everything he was doing to come up and meet me, make sure I was okay, and he knew who I was almost instantly. I don't believe I messaged him that day saying that I was coming up, but he's like, oh, you're that girl from Jersey. So David, if you're seeing this, thank you so much for making my very first arrival at FA such an enjoyable one. You made me feel so much better. Another thing they did was they actually talked about the different areas on the property and were trying to set me up with a really good camping spot. That was also really cool of them. They didn't have to. But that just goes to show you how much they actually care about every individual who shows up to the property and shows support for what they're doing. When they say that after the first camp out, your family, they mean it. For anyone who stayed this long in the video, please comment below about your very first Forgotten Angels experience and what you were thinking about when you were driving up, or what you were expecting. Did it meet your expectations? Did it blow them out of the water? Tell me about your very first FA experience. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, guys, if you liked what you saw today, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to be updated on when I post, hit that bell icon. Until next time, guys, I love your faces, and I'll see you later.